2Chronicles 4. I read from the Institute for Scripture Research, the ISR, because it takes a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Greek to English, and Aramaic to English. Yah is the Elohim of the heavens and the earth, the first and the last and the only, and he's an extremely jealous El. He's so jealous that he doesn't even want the names of idols or mighty ones to come to our lips. Yah is the Elohim of the heavens and the earth, the first and the last and the only. Yah is short for YahWeh, YahWeh, Yod, He, Vav, He. There's no difference. It's like saying Dan, Daniel, Daniel with an E. What is a difference and does matter is when people say that Phil, Bob, Sam, and Aaron are the same name, because no, they're not, and no one in their right mind would ever believe that, and only a fool would believe that a hammer could force its creator to do anything. Believing is another thing of doing. There was no letter J in the Hebrew, Greek, or Aramaic text because the letter J is only about 600 years old, while the son of Elohim, Yehoshua, died on a stake for the sins of all of humanity over 2,000 years ago. And a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Yehoshua is Joshua, and I strongly believe that the son of Elohim's name, Yehoshua, means Yahweh is salvation. 2Chronicles 4. And he made a slaughter place of bronze 20 cubits long and 20 cubits wide and 10 cubits high. And he made the sea of cast metal 10 cubits from one rim to the other round all about, and its height was 5 cubits. And a line of 30 cubits measured around it, and figures like oxen were under it all around it, 10 to a cubit, all the way around the sea, capital S and C by the way. 2 rows of oxen were cast. When it was cast, it stood on 12 oxen, 3 facing north and 3 facing west and 3 facing south and 3 facing east. All the sea was set up upon them, and all their back parts were inward, and it was a handbreadth thick. That's pretty thick. I mean, my hand. I'm like 6 foot tall, so my hand width is pretty big. I'm assuming that's average human. And it was a handbreadth thick, and its rim was shaped like the rim of a cup, like a lily blossom. It held 3,000 baths. And he made 10 basins and put 5 on the right side and 5 on the left to wash in them. In them they rinsed off what pertains to the ascending offerings, but the sea was for the priests to wash in. And he made 10 lampstands of gold according to their ruling, and set them in the hekel, 5 on the right side and 5 on the left. And he made 10 tables and placed them in the hekel, 5 on the right side and 5 on the left. And he made 100 bowls of gold, and he made the courtyard of the priests and the great court and doors for the court. And he overlaid these doors with bronze, and he placed the sea on the right side eastward over against the south. And Hiram made the pots and the shovels and the bowls. So Hiram completed doing the work that he was to do for sovereign Shlomo for the house of Elohim. The 2 columns and the 2 columns and the bowl-shaped capitals that were on top of the 2 columns, and the 2 networks to cover the 2 bowl-shaped capitals which were on top of the columns. I don't know what the capitals are. I'm going to have to look that up. And I'm pretty sure if it's a measurement, it'll be in the back of the book. Like the back of the Bible. The Bible's a book. Back of the book. Same thing. Back of the word. And the 2 networks to cover the 2 bowl-shaped capitals which were on top of the columns, and 400 pomegranates for the 2 networks, 2 rows of pomegranates for each network to cover the 2 bowl-shaped capitals that were on the columns. And he made stands and the basins on the stands, 1 sea and 12 oxen under it, and the pots, or I was going to say something else, but no, it's pots, P-O-T-S, and the pots and the shovels, and the forks, and all their vessels. Hiram, his master craftsman, made of polished bronze for sovereign Shlomo, for the house of Yahweh, on the plain of Yarden, Yarde with a half a check mark, and the sovereign had them cast in clay molds between Succoth, Sukkot, and Sered Atha, Tsere with a half a check mark, D with a line underneath of it, Athah. And Shlomo made so large a number of all these vessels that the weight of the bronze was not searched out. And Shlomo had all the furnishings made for the house of Elohim, and the slaughter place of gold, and the and the tables on which was the showbread, and the lampstands with their lamps of refined gold to burn according to right ruling in front of the speaking place, and the blossoms, and the lamps, and the snuffers of gold, of perfect gold, and the snuffers, and the bowls, and the ladles, and the fire holders of refined gold, and the entrance of the house, its inner doors of the most set apart place, and the doors of the hekel of the house were of gold. That is awesome.